What's up, everybody? My name is Yvette Mocha, and today I'm gonna be talking about the day I got scammed for some Bred 13s, some Jordans. Let's go. Okay, so around this time took place around 2012. I just recently graduated high school, so after that I got my first job, started working, and then making money to buy my own shoes. So around this time I was making like YouTube videos and things, just of pickups and stuff that I would do. So I was really heavy on YouTube and just looking at all, like, everyone's videos of sneakers and stuff that they would make. And so I came across this guy. He made a video saying that he worked at a Nike store and he can get discounts on upcoming releases, and a really good discount, maybe like $20-$30 off. So he listed, below, here's my number, contact me. And so some people were like, hey man, I text you, and some people thought that it was fake. But me, I was gullible. I was new into the game and stuff like that, so I was gullible. So I contacted him and I was like, hey, I see that you can get discount on these Bred 13s, and I was hoping that maybe you can get me a discount. Will you be able to get my size? I wear a grade school size 7. He was like, sure, I can get that for you. It was $80 compared to the retail of $110. So it was $80 that I had to give him. And I was like, okay, well, what's your PayPal? I'll PayPal you the money. And so he gives me his email address to the PayPal. And right then I PayPal him the money. Once I PayPal him the money, he's like, no, he automatically refunds me the $80. He's like, no. He's like, I need you to MoneyGram it to me so it gets there a lot faster, so I can be able to buy the shoe and then ship it off to you. And I was like, okay. I was just thinking back to it. I feel so stupid, and it still makes me mad to this day that this happened. And I just wasn't aware of what could be the consequences of using like MoneyGram and Western Union and MoneyPack and all that. So so he's like, MoneyGram me the money, and I was like, and he'll ship it off. And I was like, okay, so I'll give it to you tomorrow, and go on from there. So the next day, once I mail him off the money, he's like, okay, I'm gonna ship it to you. And mind you, like, he sounded so confident about this. I guess that's just how scammers are. Like, I remember I also asked for pictures. I was like, do you have pictures of proof saying that that you work there and that you have the shoes and stuff? And he sent me like pictures off a pictures of boxes that you can just easily get on Google. And I don't know why I didn't look up that stuff. I just really wanted the shoes that badly, and I didn't have any other way of getting the Bred 13s. I just was only probably able to get them online for him to ship to me, because I didn't have a license or anything back then to get any shoes. But so that next day I wake up earlier. I had to go to work that morning, and I got up earlier and got there earlier just to send off the money. So I went into a grocery store, MoneyPack, sent them off the money, gave him the little transaction number. He's like, okay, I'll ship it off to you right when I get off of work, and I'll give you the tracking number, everything. So I'm like, okay. Hours go by. I'm still working, so hours go by. I don't hear from him, and that day I didn't get a tracking number. Next day after that, I text him. I'm like, hey, were you ever able to ship off the shoes? And he was like, oh no, I forgot. I'll give you the tracking number when I get off of work again. So I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I really hope I really didn't just get scammed, and just people, and like I said, people under his YouTube, the video that he made, under his comments, they were saying like, oh man, you're fake, man, you're a scammer. And some people were actually believing him, like, yo man, I text you and all the other stuff. So I really believed the guy. And so after I kept on texting him, he just basically blocked me. Like, after like maybe a couple hours later, so that next day, a couple hours later, he straight up blocked me. And I still kept on texting him. I didn't know that he blocked me. I thought he was just maybe ignoring me. I don't know. But I was like, hey man, I want my shoes, or give me back my money. And just, saying stupid stuff that I probably wasn't even going to do. Like, I'm going to call the cops and all this other stuff. And yeah, so kind of I took a L for that one. And really what I had did was I kept on calling MoneyPack. I kept on calling them. I was like, hey, this guy scammed me. I have the receipt and everything. I have the transaction number. He scammed me for $80, and you know, is there any way that I can get my money back for this? And they're like, well, you know, when it comes to MoneyPack and MoneyGram and all that other stuff, it's basically like you're giving the money to them. There's really no recovery for it. Like, you don't have any like type of protection. And so I didn't care. I kept on calling them. I kept on calling MoneyGram. I kept on calling it was MoneyGram and MoneyPack, one of them, but I kept on calling them, and I was like, I want my money back. If there any way that you can get this guy to give me back my money. And they're like, no, that we can't really do anything. I'm sorry. Like, I called them maybe like 2 or 3 times a day for the past like week. Like, I just kept on bugging them. But once I found out that he scammed me, I did a little research on him. So when he gave me his PayPal email address, I looked up his email address and I saw that he had an eBay account. And his eBay account, he was selling a couple shoes on there, not recently, but it was maybe, I would say like maybe a couple months ago, he was selling shoes on there, and he was scamming them too. Like, so he'll sell them and won't even ship them off, but then obviously take the money, and, you know, just take the money. And people were leaving him negative feedback saying, you know, bought the shoes, pay right away, never shipped the shoes. Luckily, I was able to have buyer's protection, and they obviously got their money back. But if I think about it, I thought that eBay, I know that they don't do this now, but I know that eBay used to not give you your money until you actually ship the item. And so they know about the tracking number. So once the tracking number confirms that it's been delivered, that's when they give you your money. But I don't know, when it comes to him, maybe it doesn't work. It definitely doesn't work that way now. I know that once you sell shoes, that money's in your PayPal account, and you can transfer that right over to your bank account. That's usually what I do, but, you know, I'm not a scammer. But anyways, just wanted to tell you guys my story about that. Conclusion about this, maybe a couple weeks later, MoneyGram, they had called me back, and they were telling me, you know, we did further investigation on your transaction, and we're going to send you a check in for $80. So luckily I was able to get my money back for that, but it was just a learning lesson, something that I would never ever do again when it comes to MoneyGram or MoneyPack, anything. Just usually I always deal with PayPal, and maybe if I try to buy shoes, go through kind of like eBay and stuff like that. Even though eBay, like if you're a seller, you can still get scammed. It's kind of messed up. But I just don't get how, to me, I don't get how people have the heart to just sit there and just scam you like that. Just sit there and just, it just don't make no sense. Like, how people have the heart to just take your money and just lie to you and just I don't get it. But anyways, that's my story on how I got scammed. Be aware of things when it comes to, don't ever deal with MoneyGram or MoneyPack, especially when it comes to buying shoes. I think that a lot of people know that by now, but don't ever use that ever to buy any shoes. But if you guys like this video, I have more stories. If you guys want to hear more stories, just basically kind of like about my life, or just even with sneakers. So like the video, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.